Giants' energizing performance of the week is the Badgers of Wisconsin. They didn't just get another win to make it 7 consecutive W's. They didn't just do it on the road. They did it against the #2 team in the country. That means in this great run they're on, they've beaten Maryland, Michigan State, and Indiana. This winning streak shows some numbers up across the board. More points, better shooting overall and from deep, and more chances to get free points at the line. Plus, the streak has now got them smack dab in the middle of bubble talk. So let's bring in the man who is in charge of these Wisconsin Badgers. He is the head coach, Greg Gard. Greg, why has this 7-game winning streak happened?
Well, I think our guys have really grown together off the court. And as I've told several people around here, for all the improvement that you've seen on the floor and the results on the scoreboard, so to speak, we've grown tenfold in the locker room and off the court in terms of the chemistry and the culture and the togetherness of this team. And I think that's the biggest reason why. We've improved with a lot of things on the floor, obviously. Numbers bear that out. But this group has really grown together in the locker room.
So chemistry is better off the court. But when you took over, you guys went 2-4. Now you've gone 7-0 since. On the court, what's been different?
Well, I think we've understood. I changed things, obviously, offensively and went back to the swing offense, knowing that we had to have better spacing. We also had to have better movement, especially away from the ball. We had to take better shots. And we were relying a lot on two-point jump shots that were difficult shots, highly contested shots. So for us to be able to play more inside out, touch the post, try to get to the free throw line as much as possible, but also for our younger guys, the swing gave them a sense of calm, and it gave them a continuity offense that they could play within, and also gave them put them on track, so to speak, and really gave them something to fall back to, that when something broke down, we always know what the 5 spots were that we could get to. We get 2 lane lines, 2 wings, and a post, and we know what our reads and our cuts are within it, and then just go play. So it helped give them maybe a little bit more sense of confidence going forward as we evolved offensively.
Is there anything that you can look back on and go, I'm better at this than I was 2 months ago?
I think the biggest thing is that I've noticed such a sense of calmness when I was compared to when I was sitting on the bench as an assistant. I think being up on the floor, walking around, knowing that your mind is always on the next move, the next substitution, the matchups, what do we need to look at. I've noticed myself being much calmer than what I was on the bench. And I always was a pretty calm character on the bench anyway. But for me, it's really been just continue to try to match what we need to do on the floor. Where do I need some help at? Where can I go to where are we struggling at? How can we improve? And just continuing to talk with our guys on the floor and try to teach as the game goes on and let them play the game. Obviously, that's the most important thing, is give them the freedom to make decisions within our boundaries of what we want to have done. But for me, it's really been a seamless transition, Mike. It's been, I don't really have anything to compare it to. People have always told me in the past that this transition from an assistant to a head coach, especially in the same program, would be difficult. For me, it's been anything but difficult. It's really been very easy, very simple, and it's been a phenomenal ride so far.
As for your specific players, the last few games especially, we've seen Vito Brown step up more and more. How come?
I think he's maturing as a player, and I think there was things early in his career he got confused with what was really important. He got caught up in maybe some numbers and how many points or how many shots. He's figured out that that's the last thing to come. He's understood the game better, away from what happens with those statistics. He understands the intangibles of the game better. He's a better defensive player. He's a better rebounder. He's a better passer, and therefore all those other things have become much more natural for him. So that's the thing, that I think, just his growth.
The Badgers for a long time have not been short on personalities. Is Nigel the one that cracks you up the most?
There are several. You know, Nigel's probably the most visible because he gets the most camera time. But there's several others that could, if we had Comedy Club, somebody might give Nigel a run for his money.
When was the last time you talked with Bo?
Probably a couple weeks ago. It hasn't been very often. You know, he's out doing his thing and enjoying retirement, and he said from day one, hey, Greg, you know what you're doing? Go coach the team, and you'll be fine. He's enjoying retirement. I get a text message from him usually after every game, and it's always been a smiley face and congrats most recently. But I'm just appreciative for all the mentoring and coaching he gave me over the last 23 years, and hopefully I'm putting it to good use.
The image of Bo sending you a smiley face text is just fantastic to me, by the way.
He just figured out the emojis. He just figured that out. He didn't know that a few months ago.
I also like that, it's not like he's still hovering over you and giving you suggestions, because then you'd be put in the position where you're like, hey, old guy, I got it. It's my team now.
No, he has completely stayed away. Like I said, he said that from day one. You know what you're doing. Go do it. Have fun with it. Enjoy it. And I've tried to do that.
Greg, congratulations on the great turnaround with this team. Best of luck in your next game Thursday.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me on.